Hello everyone and welcome to my Maleficent tutorial. So this is an evil witch tutorial. She is kind of reimagined by me in this case, which means it is basically a beauty tutorial in a different color palette than we would normally make ourselves up. So she's got the typical headpiece, but otherwise she's not really based off of Angelina Jolie's character, nor is she based on the Disney classic. So let's go ahead and give our own spin on things today. I'm going to start off using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, which is going to act as my primer, you don't say. This is going to ensure that whatever I put on is going to stay put with no problem. And then I'm moving on to my green corrector, which is by INGLOT. I'm taking this color all over my face and my chest. It's quite high coverage, but I have a confession to make. I didn't really love this. I mean, the product itself is beautiful. I'm just not a fan of green corrector to counteract redness. So this is how I thought I would finish up this product. Cheeky. So moving on to the eyebrows, I'm using black eyeshadow, which I wouldn't normally do for a beauty look, but like we said, we're working with a different, more dramatic color combination here. So I want to give a point to my eyebrows. I don't want to make them straight. As you can see, I'm really disappointed when that happens. And I'm going to start plotting out and mapping out my cut crease. So I'm opting for a matte purple. This is a really great color from a really great palette. So if you guys don't have this palette, it is one I truly recommend. I'm using this on my fake crease, so the new crease that I've created, and I'm also filling out the outer corner and deepening up as I go. Of course, you can use your transitional colors if you want, such as pink or lilac or violet. But so far I'm just using one color, which I'm also deepening up with a little bit of black right before I go in to accentuate all this contrast with concealer. My concealer is none other than my green corrector, which I used before, but seeing as I'm using a flat brush, it's going on a little bit more packed on, a little bit more opaque. So I'm creating a pale dome on my mobile lid, and I'm finishing off the outer corner with some black, so I'm completely closing it off. I'm going to pick this chartreuse color, this lime green color, and I'm going to cover the whole lid with it. My transition is going to be the same purple that I used in the beginning. Now, normally green wouldn't fade into purple, but hey, this is what we're going for. Time for our gel eyeliner, which I'm going to use on the inside and the outside of the eye. So I'm completely enveloping and circling the eye in this shroud of darkness, all the while making sure that it's as dramatic and as cat-like as possible. So I want this to be super sultry, super sexy. It's going to be a really beautiful evil witch, as is often the case with evil witches. I mean, look at Snow White's stepmom. She was the fairest of them all. Fight me in the comments. So apart from the outer wing, I've also created a little point in the inner corner, which I'm mirroring with some purple eyeshadow. So I'm leaving a little gap, which I'm going to fill in with this lilac-y, shiny texture. This is a creamy product, and I'm then going to top it off with a solid product. In my case, highlighter, my favorite from this palette, which is FAIRPLAY, just to make it look that much more shimmery and resplendent and light reflective. So moving on to my mascara, which I'm applying, of course, as always, on my top and bottom lashes. There's going to be proper false lashes on the top, but on the bottom I want just as much drama if I can. So I'm going in with my NYX Jezebel lashes. These are surprisingly wearable. They're not just appropriate for a Halloween look. I would wear them on a night out, definitely. So while they're sitting there to dry, nice and pretty, I'm going to move on to my concealer just to give a little bit of this highlighted effect on the brow bone. And by concealer, needless to say, I mean the same green corrector that I used in the beginning. What we're doing is we're using it as foundation, and then more concentrated, it acts as a concealer too. Why not? So since we've changed the color of our skin, of course contour has to follow suit. So I'm not going to use brown to contour. Instead, I'm going to use a grayish, greenish, minty sort of blue shade. So I'm doing this by dipping into a light brown and the minty blue color that I showed you in the palette, the one called Y though. And I'm going to exaggerate with this contour quite a bit. So I'm not only taking it underneath the cheekbones, but also on my hairline, around my nose, right underneath the lips. I'm just giving myself a little chin dimple too. And if I need to deepen it up, I'm choosing a much smaller brush and a darker gray. Now for highlighter, again, we're going to go with a lilac-y shimmery eyeshadow, which is called Orchid, still working from the same palette. And for the lips, I want to go for burgundy. I know the typical color for Maleficent is red, but I've seen this all over the place and I would quite love to keep it monochromatic today, in the sense that I love it when the purple from the eyes plays off of the lips too. I want quite a bit of structure on the lips as well, so I want quite crisp, clean lines in today's look, both for eyes and lips. Same for eyebrows, in fact. So what I'm doing is I'm perfecting my edges using a little bit of concealer, so to speak, and then I'm going in to highlight the center of the lips with the same eyeshadow that I used before, which is a lilac-y, shimmery color. I'm turning the eyebrows a little bit more black and pointy, and then I'm moving straight to the body with my Aquacolor from Kryolan in black. This is very stable, really durable, and what I want to create is a choker. That's it, just a simple choker. I'm starting by just painting a black ribbon on my neck, and then I'm going to highlight it with purple. The purple I'm using here is again water-based, aka water activated. It is a shimmery violet color, and just because it runs a little bit watery, so a little bit more wishy-washy than normal colors, because I think it's supposed to be a UV color, I'm just doing random strokes here and there just to fill in the black. Of course, we're going to need some white as well, just so the difference is that much more striking. And I'm keeping this mainly in the center of my neck, so in the center of my choker, where the light would normally reflect the most. And I'm going back to the contour, because with these looks, the contour never stops. The more contrast we have on the face and the body, the better. I've gone back to my minty gray matte eyeshadow, and I'm using it in all the little dips and everything that's receding on the body, so the collarbones, the little dip in the neck right there. Also, I'm sort of outlining everything that's slightly deeper, slightly moving towards the back. And I'm moving on to highlighting, which is again my FAIRPLAY from the initial palette. To be frank, you can use any type of shimmer you want. Just like I did with everything else, I'm not just keeping this on the face, I'm taking it on the body, on the collarbones, on the shoulders, on the arms, just like I did with the nose and all the parts on the face where I normally wouldn't put highlighter if I were to go out wearing just a simple beauty look. I'm just exaggerating with everything today. Time for my headpiece. Of course, Amazon comes to the rescue every time. This was quite nice, not too heavy to wear, and I'm also going for these yellowy contact lenses. And that is officially it for today's tutorial. So that completes the Maleficent look. Let me know how you feel about this version, and of course if you try something similar yourself, I would love to see a picture on Instagram, so feel free to hit me up with a photo of how you achieved it, and also any questions you might have, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Halloween videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!